Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about these things. Yes, it is what I was doing something earlier with it. This little thing is called a menstrual cup. This brand is actually called the Diva Cup, which it is a very common brand, and that's probably the first brand a lot of people hear about. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, first I'm going to talk about basically what this is. So this is a little silicone. It's actually made out of medical grade silicone. And yes, so it's a medical grade silicone little cup thing that's very flexible, very easy to move, stuff like that. And it works different than pads and tampons. So instead of absorbing the blood, for menstrual flows, it catches the blood, and then you just dump, wash out, and then reinsert. So yeah, that's what it is. Okay, here are some pros to using a menstrual cup. It's reusable and eco-friendly. So instead of throwing away tons of pads and tampons every month, all you have to do is use this and throw away the box. This can be used for up to 10 years. So that means it's also cost effective, which I think is really helpful. So instead of buying tons of those pads and those tampons, all you have to do is buy one of these and you're good for 10 years and you don't need anything else. There's also no risk of toxic shock syndrome, which is very nice because when I used tampons, I was very worried about that. I'd be constantly changing it and making sure and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about that. There is a tiny, super tiny risk. There's only been one known case, and she left it in for way more than the allotted time. So you can actually leave these in for up to 12 hours, which is really nice. So you can sleep with them, and you can do pretty much anything with them. It's also easier to carry around because think about for a day, you probably have to carry around 3 or 4 pads or tampons a day, and all you have to carry around is this. And what if you're going on a trip? Then you have to carry around so much more for a whole week, maybe 2 weeks. All you have to carry around is this. So it's super helpful. An extra bonus is some people say it has reduced their cramps and their flow. It has made their flow lighter. Now that's not a complete given, but it is helpful sometimes. Okay, so the reason I chose this brand is because, and what helped me a lot on deciding to get a menstrual cup is put a cup in it. I will link their channel down below, or I'll try to, because they are very helpful, and it's super easy, and they go into all depth. They go into way more depth than I will, and they also have a quiz on their website that told me that this cup would probably be best for me. So I would, if you are looking into getting a cup, definitely take that quiz to see which is best for you so you don't waste your money and get the wrong cup. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how to insert it. So I'm going to use this cup. Even though it's definitely bigger, it'll just kind of serve as a kind of thing. So there are many ways or folds to insert it. Here are the two main ones. So this one is called the C fold or the U fold. You fold it in half like this, and then you fold it in half again, so it looks like this. I personally do not like this one. This one just is a little big for me, and it's just a little uncomfortable. I personally like the punch down. So you take one finger and you push the side of the cup down, so it makes kind of this insert triangle kind of thing. And I really like it because you can push it in and then push on this back part to pop it open easy. So you just like that. There's also the 7 fold, like this, so it's kind of like a 7. There's a variation that's called the triangle fold, which is more of a complete fold. There's the S fold, which I haven't heard anyone use, but it looks like an S. Yeah, those are the basic ones. Now I'll show you how to insert. So pick your fold of choice. I'll just use the punch down because that's an easy one to do. And now your definitely won't be this large, but that's okay. So you would just push it in, and then you pretty much just let it go. And I like to push on that and then get it situated. You can even rotate it to get it situated, maybe wiggle it a little bit. Make sure the section, I like to move my finger around, so just in case like one part is like stuck like this, if it's stuck like this, you can know, I just run my finger around so it's sectioned and I know it's all the way open. So some tips and tricks to helping you get the cup in. Relax. If you're not relaxed, it will be very difficult to get in. Use lubricant, which is very helpful. I just use water, so I like to just put some water around the rim of this cup so that it is easier to insert and it goes in smoother. And you can try different positions. I personally like squatting and using a mirror to insert it. Squatting just helps me more, but you can sit down on the toilet, put a foot up on the toilet, kind of whatever works best for you. Yeah, now I'm going to talk about removal. So when it's inside, let's say these are your lips, the cup should be just barely inside, so you can still feel it right as you put your finger up, but it should not be hanging out like this, because that is very uncomfortable. So it should not be hanging out, it should be inside. So what I like to do, use your your muscles, so pretty much pooping muscles, and so it'll wiggle it down a little bit so you can reach it better. And then I like to wiggle it a little bit, get it kind of loose so I can move it down more, and then I pinch the sides to release the section. So I pinch it like this, and then I kind of pull it out and move my finger up to make sure the section is broken, and then I pull it out. Make sure it would be like this. Make sure you pull it out and it's not like sideways, because if it is sideways, that is how it'll spill. And after you remove it, I dump the contents into the toilet, and then I go to the sink and I rinse it out with water, and I use this Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser because I researched it and it actually is safe for cups. There are usually, the brand has a cup wash, there's a Diva wash, there's a salt wash, there's like different kinds of washes that are best. So I will show you how to wash it. Okay, so this is how I rinse out my cup. Let's just say it was filled up to about here. It's just boring water. Usually I would dump it in the toilet, but I'll just dump it out in the sink. So I dump it out, and then I would usually get some water, get the running water, kind of just like rinse it off, just like that. And then I turn off the water, and I get my soap. Oops. And I put a little bit of soap on it, like that, and kind of just rub it around the rim, rub it inside the cup just a little bit, so that it's cleaned off. And then I rinse off the soap really well. And then, yeah, that's about it. And then it's ready to reinsert. Just fold and reinsert. Also, use cold water, not hot water. Hot water will stain your cup. Another pro about this is you can insert this before your period even starts. If you suspect that your period is coming, you can insert it so that you don't leak onto anything. I really like that. And you can also test it out if you have never used it before. Okay, so leaking is a little bit of a problem. So if you do not get it in correctly, you will leak. So I suggest wearing a panty liner or even a pad if you're super uncomfortable while you're using this for the first couple of times. Also, if you insert it after your period has started, there will be blood on the walls that will leak out if you insert it after your period has started. So, which I find kind of annoying, so you will have to wear a panty liner just the first day. Also, to clean the cup before and after your period, boil it in hot water so that you can sanitize the cup. So I will need to definitely sanitize this cup after I've done this, because like my hands are super dirty and I don't want to just insert this. This is also the instruction booklet that came with the cup, so definitely use this, or definitely read this before you before you even insert it, even though I've given you tips. Also, if the stem is too long for you, you can cut it a little bit. And if that's even too long with this cup, you can actually flip it inside out. You can flip it inside out, and that actually makes it shorter. Yeah, so it makes it shorter so that it's not uncomfortable. But you cannot do that with every cup. Okay. To ask my mom, I was very concerned about this because I'm close with my mom, but I'm not like that close. So to ask my mom, I typed her up a paragraph on my computer, and when she came up and she was saying, "Okay, good night, I'm gonna go to bed," stuff like that, I had the computer sitting on my desk, and I asked her to read something, and it was pulled up, and she read it, and that's how, because it was just uncomfortable for me to like say it out loud to her, especially since she didn't know what they were. And I have 2 older brothers, so that was kind of awkward, and I couldn't really get her at a good time. There are many different types of brands. This one just like worked best for me. There's also Salt, Lunette, Lily Cup, Meluna Cup. You just have to, a lot of times you have to try out different cups to figure it out. A lot of people are also concerned about public restrooms. So since you can leave this cup in for up to 12 hours, I've actually never had to deal with changing it out in a public restroom, which is very nice. But if you really do have to change it in a public restroom, just take it out, take it out, dump it into the toilet, wipe it out with some toilet paper. If you have a water bottle, you can wash it off with a little water and then just reinsert. So you don't have to wash it out every single time, because it is reusable. You can do any type of sport with this. I've gone swimming, I've worked out, I've done gymnastics. I'm actually a competitive diver. I think I've said that in one of my previous videos. I've used this while diving, and it works. It doesn't leak, stuff like that. You can sleep with this cup in. You can leave it in for up to 12 hours, so no need to worry about the cup, leaking or stuff like that. The cost. So these are a little more on the pricey side. That is due to they are reusable. They can be used for up to 10 years, so they are very cost effective in the long run, but at first, it's just a little more expensive. This cup was, I think, about $30 in the store, but like $25 on Amazon. So cups usually range from like $25 to $40. So it kind of just depends on the cup you get and where you get it. I feel that online is definitely cheaper than in store. These work really great for heavy flows. You may have to change them more often. I've actually never overflowed the cup. but some people do. Some people have to change it more often than 12 hours. And these cups can easily be used by virgins. That's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let me know if you have any questions, and comment down below any video requests you have for me. Bye, guys.